have been teaching for 5 years. Outside of teaching, I am currently writing a book. All of my kids are totally different, which I think every mother would say that. But they're very unique in personality, but also learning styles. Even in how I discipline them or have to discipline them. And so that has helped me as a teacher in the classroom understand what my students need and how much I need to engage them, or sometimes just pull back and allow them to figure some things out on their own. I'm very selective about the opportunities that I go after, and I make sure that the opportunities do not or will not get in the way of me being a full-time mom. And I always make it clear that my children come first. And I'm not afraid of saying it or even reminding my superiors that I have children, that I'm a mom first. And that is my number one job. And then I'm an educator. And so I think with that, people respect those boundaries because I let them know that I do have boundaries. I think it took me a while, I'll be honest. It took me a while to learn how to be, I guess, the kind of teacher I wanted to be and be the kind of mom I wanted to be. And I struggled in the beginning. I really struggled. I can remember like the first 2 years of teaching, going home, literally crying. And my husband's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I just want to quit. And a lot of people don't know that teaching can be very difficult in the beginning because you're learning a lot about yourself, about something that you never taught. It's just an emotional roller coaster. And then I just had my daughter, and so it was just a lot. It was a lot. And so I just had to learn to be more forgiving to myself. And I think that's what it was. I was so hard on myself, trying to be the perfect teacher or trying to be like the veteran teachers, trying to be the mom like the moms who had teenagers. And I was still like a new mom. And it's like, yeah, I had my son, but I had him in my 20s, just having another baby again, beginning in my 30s, starting all over, never had a girl. It was a lot. And so I had to just give myself room to grow. And it was okay if I messed up. And so I think that was just where I finally kind of found my own rhythm in both. I could not do anything without her. I wouldn't even be a teacher if it wasn't for her. I remember she kept telling me, even after I had my son, she said, "Okay, you need to become a teacher." I was like, "No." And I was running. And then after I had my first daughter, she's like, "You need to become a teacher." I was like, I'll think about it. And eventually I gave in. And I say her first because she was the person who pushed me into education. But definitely my husband is like, he's the person, like, I don't have to cook a lot of nights. Thank you, honey. He helps to keep the house clean. Thank you, honey. These are things that as women we're embarrassed to say, but it's impossible to stand and not say I'm standing on somebody else's shoulders. The truth is, I'm standing because of my mom and my husband. They're propping me up and they're allowing me to look pretty. And they're allowing me to keep a smile on my face because they're wiping the tears and they're balancing me as I learn and as I grow every single day. So that's my support system, 110%. And yes, the extra 10%. I'm all about being progressive. And sometimes we think that we're doing a lot and we think we're so great, and then you hear somebody else and you're like, "Oh, I ain't really doing all that much." And then you're like, "I think I need to inspire myself to do more." And so even today, just listening to some of the testimonies and listening to some of the things that people have gone through, it's inspiring. And I think we need that just being people, but from woman to woman, we need that. We need that energy and we need that motivation. And so it's good to have that network, to have that community that you can borrow and you can pull that strength from, and then you too can put that energy back into someone else. And that's most important, that you don't just pull, but that you invest and you put it into someone else, because it's going to be our turn next to be the shoulders that someone stand upon. And so we need to make sure that we are their strength and that we're there and we're able to be a good support system. I'm really good at, I guess, sharing that I'm a mess up. And so I quickly do that. I quickly remind them. And I remember in the Bible how it says for us not to judge, because then we will also be judged. And so I don't like to judge other people's walk, because I don't want my walk to be judged, because I mess up. And it's not intentional, but I do, because I'm human. And I definitely don't want to judge another mother's walk, because I don't know why she's in that predicament. If anything, I want to pray with her. If anything, I want to be her ears to listen and her shoulder to cry on. But I don't want to be in the seat of judgment, because God forbid, then here I am. So I try to remind them that, hey, we have our moments of weaknesses and errors, and one day we got to look at ours, because our children are going to grow up. They're going to be looking at us, and there's our living errors and mistakes that we made as women. So I'd rather not judge. It's funny, but listening to my 2-year-old, I think week by week, just like hearing the things that she says, the new words, it amazes me, it blows my mind. And the reason why, she was born with a heart condition. She's my baby who can't go to the movies because she has breakdowns. She's the one who can't go to public restrooms because of the automatic flush noise and sounds and sensitivity to light. But at the same time, she's brilliant and she's beautiful and she's playful and she's our little comedian. And so I love being around her. She gives me so much life, because she reminds me that every day is a new chance. And it's funny, she defies all odds, and all of my children do. And so just playing with them and being around them and listening to them, it's refreshing. And it gives me what I need to strap up my boots and get back to work. Email is best for me, so it's cole.daniella@gmail.com.